We need 70% likes. Only the villains in the chat. We'll open it up for everybody. About to get into Jeremiah Smith and why there's no Leeds or Ohio State on his social media anymore. We're going to get into the wide receiver coach position, give you an update on that. Shady out here snitching. Deion out here talking about single mamas and defensive linemen. Let's get this thing popping, man. Football bill. Best intro in this thing.
Welcome to South Florida. Yeah. Welcome to South Florida. Welcome to South Florida. Welcome to South Florida, the bottom of the clip of the gunshine state. What them boys still voting in that way. Big play, get it for the 18 if you straight. Get K and stop hating, it's the model of the state. A lot of face, but it's still real around here. That foreign talk, that can get you killed down here. Niggas better learn the lingo, cause they'll be looking for you in that water finding Nemo. See, Palm Beach County be the craziest. Them Broward County niggas be the craziest. And them Dade County niggas be the wildest. Shout out to Bell Glaze and my niggas at Fort Myers. Salute to all my Florida boys out here on the grind. When niggas out here getting dough with that snow and the sunshine. Ducking nine, waiting at the port to bring in that order. Cause niggas like the pen on what come across that water. Welcome to South.
Puerco. Run it back one more time, man. Puerco. We wine running thing. Runs cut. Bumble. He's Ohio State on his social media anymore. The mamas and defensive linemen. Let's get this thing popping, man. Football bill. Best intro in this thing. Best intro in this thing, baby.
Welcome to South Florida. Yeah. Welcome to South Florida. Welcome to South Florida. Welcome to South Florida, the bottom of the clip of the gunshine state. What them boys still voting in that way. Big play, get it for the 18 if you straight. Get K and stop hating, it's the model of the state. A lot of face, but it's still real around here. That foreign talk, that can get you killed down here. Niggas better learn the lingo, cause they'll be looking for you in that water finding Nemo. See, Palm Beach County be the craziest. Them Broward County niggas be the craziest. And them Dade County niggas be the wildest. Shout out to Bell Glaze and my niggas at Fort Myers. Salute to all my Florida boys out here on the grind. When niggas out here getting dough with that snow and the sunshine. Ducking nine, waiting at the port to bring in that order. Cause niggas like the pen on what come across that water. Welcome to South.
This thing.
Welcome to South Florida. Yeah. Welcome to South Florida. Welcome to South Florida. Welcome to South Florida, the bottom of the clip of the gunshine state. What them boys still voting in that way. Big play, get it for the 18 if you straight. Get K and stop hating, it's the model of the state. A lot of face, but it's still real around here. That foreign talk, that can get you killed down here. Niggas better learn the lingo, cause they'll be looking for you in that water finding Nemo. See, Palm Beach County be the craziest. Them Broward County niggas be the craziest. And them Dade County niggas be the wildest. Shout out to Bell Glaze and my niggas at Fort Myers. Salute to all my Florida boys out here on the grind. When niggas out here getting dough with that snow and the sunshine. Ducking nine, waiting at the port to bring in that order. Cause niggas like the pen on what come across that water. Welcome to South.
What's going on, man? 786-459-9499, 786-459-9499. I know the anticipation, the wait, the suspense, waiting on Screeter. Trying to make it interesting, dog. I ain't gonna lie, man. It be a lot of shit to do back here. I be by myself, man. Y'all see Rich on here, but he can't help me. Rich is in Orlando. You know what I'm saying? So I be on here. I be trying to do it all by myself, dog. It's a lot. But we got something brewing for y'all, dog. We got something coming. Got something brewing, dog. It's coming. It's coming, dog. Like Deion said, it's coming. 786-459-9499 if you want to get down with IOD Squad. 786-459-9499. IOD Squad, if y'all don't know, Investor Died. That's where we trade every day. We get on there in the morning, put a few trades in there, let you watch us trade, and you can just follow what we do. You can ask questions. We added some stuff. We got fixed credit in there. We also got insurance in there now. Shout out to my boy Master Kane. He may be in here. He in there doing insurance. That boy was in there talking about whole life, half life, whatever it is. He was in there talking, you know what I'm saying, doing some insurance. We got some insurance in there. IOD Squad, man. We're trying to offer a lot of stuff in the community, bro. But you come in, man. We make option trades. You can just copy what we do, ask questions, and we got one-on-ones. So just hit us up, 786-459-9499 if you want to get down with IOD Squad. We about to jump in this thing as soon as I post this right here. You know, I'm gonna go live. I'm gonna go live on Instagram. I got my boy Rich in the back. I don't know who else gonna show up. I have a special guest. I can't spell Eric Bieniemy for nothing, man. Somebody put in the chat how you spell Eric Bieniemy. That was one of my favorite teams too. Whole life, term life, fixed life. Insane. You was in there with him, dog. That boy was in there getting it in. That boy was in there getting it in. All right, I'm gonna go live. I'm gonna go live on Instagram. He's in the water. Look in the South Florida. Raised in the South Side. I'm gonna go live on Instagram, dog. Oh, look at Wesley Basaint putting in work. Let's turn off airplane mode because that ain't gonna help nobody. All right, let's see if we can make this happen live on Instagram at the same time for a little bit. I go live for a little bit. Let me see. Make this make sense. Bam. Think I'm live. Hope they can hear me. All right, man. 786-459-9499. I'm gonna bring my boy Rich in here. Woo. Rich, what's popping, man? Give me a thumbs up in the back if you're ready, Rich. Give me a thumbs up in the back. Gotta get Rich a theme song, dog. Gotta get Rich a theme song. I don't know, man. Y'all get in the chat, man. He Bieniemy. Nah, man, that ain't how you spell Bieniemy, J. White. Eric. Somebody, man, y'all worse than me, man. Somebody put Eric B then /enemy. That ain't how you spell it, man. Y'all dead wrong in the chat, man. That ain't how you spell that man's name, man. Y'all tripping. So listen, man, we live morning breath show at night at 8:30 at night, man. We about to get into this, man. We got a couple things that we want to tackle. Y'all boys funny, man. Crazy, man. That is not how you spell Eric Bieniemy name, man. I'm gonna bring my boy Richie here, man. Y'all got me rolling, man. The chat usually be on point. Listen, we only got villains in the chat. So when we get to 70% likes, once we get to 70% likes, we'll let everybody in the chat. We'll let everybody in the comment section. I got my Rich, what's going on, bro?
Man, what's up? Not much,
man. Y'all on Instagram, y'all wonder what's going on. That's okay. That's how we live. We live on YouTube and we live on Instagram for a little bit. On Instagram, y'all can ask questions, whatever. We're going to talk about Jeremiah Smith. We had some grown men stalking Jeremiah Smith. Actually, we got a video shoot with Jeremiah. We got a shoot with Jeremiah Smith going on this weekend, actually. But on his social media, no more Ohio State stuff. Now I double checked. I said, X, man, you sure he had Ohio State stuff on his social media? X said, yeah. I don't know. X said, yeah. It's nowhere. I'm committed to Ohio State. Nowhere on this end. But he ain't said nothing out of his mouth. So I mean, if you feel me, so you could just you could call it what you want to call it. But I see that post that X put that in the group in the villains group me. It got a lot of likes. it got a lot of likes.
Of course it did.
Yeah, if you don't know Jeremiah Smith, 2024, #1 wide receiver in the nation, man. He has a chance to leave out of South Florida, one of the greatest wide receivers we ever saw, if you ask me. Known Jeremiah since he was 11, got all type of video of him when he was a little skinny, scrawny kid. You know what I'm saying? Then all of a sudden, I don't know, Daddy gave him some Wheaties. They took him to the doctor. They shot him with testosterone. I don't know what they did. And then he shot up to maybe 6'4", 215, 6'3", 2. And I don't think he's finished growing, bro. I don't think he finished growing. What's going on, man? Why you acting like you had mushrooms or something? Rich, what's going on over there, dog?
Nah, I'm good. Nah, I'm just checking, making sure everything is straight. Looking at the comment section.
What's going on over there with you? Man? Looking like you had some mushrooms. So that's the Jeremiah Smith. That's the Jeremiah Smith situation. What's up?
I was about to say I'm just looking at the likes. Just we 60 likes. We got 150 people in here. We need like at least 100 likes. Come on now.
70%, and we'll get it popping. We'll open it up for everybody. But right now, we ain't got none but the villains in here. If you're on Instagram, you don't know what a villain is. That's the football villains. There's the people who subscribe, who are in the group meet that we may take over to a Discord soon. But they're the only ones that could comment right now inside the chat. So that's the Jeremiah Smith news. Wide receiver, still looking for a wide receiver coach for the Hurricanes. Leonard Hankerson, and we heard everybody's boy, especially Cowboy Kevin Beard was on campus today. We're hearing that it's Leonard Hankerson's job. If he wanted. Leonard Hankerson, remember Leonard Hankerson from University of Miami, had the dropsies, then went to go see Mike Duper, the Wizard, and got himself together and ended his career here. Damn good wide receiver. You remember that, Rich?
Yeah, I do. It was a miraculous turnaround.
Right.
Over 1,000 yards.
Yeah. Then went on and played in the pros a little bit, huh?
Yeah, from a couple of years, 3, 4, 5, maybe.
Yeah.
He put together a great career for himself, and it's still going.
Right. Then jumped into coaching. He's been young dude, born 1989. He played for the Redskins, Falcons, and played for 3 teams in 1 year.
As long as they paid him.
Then he went into coaching. He went to Palmer Trinity. He started in high school, Palmer Trinity. Then he went to UMass for 1 year. UMass for 2 years. Stephen F. Austin in San Francisco 49ers, the offensive quality control coach. And now he's still at the San Francisco 49ers. Kevin Beard's story. Well, everybody knows Kevin Beard's story. His name come up every time any position come open for the University of Miami. Kevin Beard's name seems to come up.
What Kyle at? Kyle will tell you. He'll give you the rundown. This is why we need Kevin Beard as a coach.
Yeah, that's Kyle. Yeah, that's Kyle Ace Boom Coon. He should be in here shortly. He should be in here shortly.
Before he get in here, who would you take, Beard or Hankerson? We could talk about it later.
Beard or Hankerson? I think I'd go with Hankerson, man. Hankerson been coaching wide receivers in the NFL, bro. I mean, he's seen a little bit. I mean, you go with Hankerson. Beard did some NFL time?
I don't think so. But he's been in college. Yeah, he's been in college.
People felt he did well while he was here, huh?
He did. It's different because Beard, Who was a better receiver, Beard or Hankerson?
Oh Lord. Oh Lord. Who's a better receiver? You
Yeah.
gotta go Hankerson, right? Hankerson went to the league. Like the Beard, see, Kansas City Brigade. Yeah, Beard played for the Kansas City Brigade and the Chicago Rush. You gotta go
I feel
Hankerson.
you. I feel you. And that, and you remember, it's being employed is not just about how good you are.
You talking
It's
about what
the
we talking
soft
about? High
skills
school?
too. It's the
In the
soft
chat,
skills.
in the chat, who's better wide receiver? Hankerson? Oh, they already done got popping.
Uh,
They already done got it popping in the chat. They already done got it popping. They already done got it popping in the chat, dog.
yes,
Who
they
they
do.
saying? Who they saying?
It's split right now. Some people saying Hank, some people saying Beard. You know, it's some is like, hey, it's who coached the kids better. Um, so I mean, if you look at it from a adversity perspective, when you're talking about coaching the kids,
Uh
I
huh.
would say you look at what Hank went through,
Uh
and you're
huh.
like, okay, Hank done been through a lot. He's been through being a bad wide receiver, and then he knows exactly the work that you got to put in to be a good wide receiver. Then he also knows what the NFL is looking at. Beard,
Right.
however, Beard, what he brings to the table is he was a damn good wide receiver from the day he stepped on campus at Miami.
Right.
So when you look at that, you could say, well, he was doing what he was supposed to do since day one when he was here at University of Miami. Whatever happened after Miami is his business, but when he was here, he was a damn good ball player. And when he was here as a coach, he was a damn good coach. So the resumes kind of stack up in different ways.
Hmm. Oh boy.
And yes, Hank
Man,
did put in some work against Clemson. Yes, we know that.
pull up Hank did to Clemson in that crazy overtime game. Man, Hankerson had a crazy career here, bro. Crazy career here. That thing went from that thing did a whole 180.
Damn.
Oh boy.
Somebody say Beard was coaching as a player at Miami.
He was what?
Coaching as a player. Like
Beard?
coaching up everybody else. Yeah.
I don't know. We should have some people. We should have some people joining us, though. We'll get there. We'll
All
get
right.
there. We'll get their take on it. So what that's everybody, right? Once a wide receiver coach is that's it, right?
Yeah, that's it. That's about it.
Oh man, Mario did his thing this time. He didn't take forever like constipation, huh?
Nah, he didn't, and he made the right hires too. The one thing that I like
Why you say
is,
that? Why you say that?
well, I say it because he wanted a specific thing, and he wanted to be able to be involved with those coaches that the OC would be overseeing and the DC would be overseeing. And I think he got that. Um, and I think, and now that we see it putting, coming together, we see why. Like when you
Uh
look at
huh.
Hank or Beard, when you look at Ice Harris, these are Miami guys, man. These are, I mean, these are guys that, barring somebody just throwing a bag at them, they're not trying to leave. I'm gonna speak this into existence, but think about this. What if Ice Harris stays on staff for like 8 years, and then 18 years from now end up being the head coach? You know how crazy of a story that would be.
Shout out to Miami Flow in the chat, man. Miami Flow showed up at the right time, man. Let's get this thing. Let's get this
Yeah,
thing
man.
popping, dog. Oh! Shout out to X, man, in this thing, man. I'm sure we can ask X, dog. I know X don't like his intro, dog, but that's I came up with. Shout out to Hurricane Kilo TV becoming a member. Shout out to him. And shout out to the Miami Flow with the $9.99. Shout out to the villains and hit the like button. There you go. There you go. Shout out to Miami Flow, man, and this info that he give to the people. X, what you said? You text me about your intro, dog?
Yeah, I just sent you my intro song, man.
Let me see what your intro. Watch it be some ghetto shit. Watch it. Watch it. Watch it. Tell me what your intro song to be, dog.
That's my intro song, man. That's the intro.
My imagination, dog. I use my imagination on these things, man. X, Kevin Beard. First of all, who's the best wide receiver? Better wide receiver, Kevin Beard or Lennon Henderson?
If we just going off a college career, then yeah, you got to go with Leonard Hankerson. He accomplished more personally, but if you going off of Kevin Beard, he played on the championship team. He was reliable.
Accomplishment.
Say what?
That's his accomplishment. He played on the championship team.
I mean, he was reliable in that team.
You talking about in high school?
No, talking about in UM on UM
in college.
Kevin Beard was there. Yeah, he was there. He helped. Yeah, he helped. I mean, not like Andre Johnson helped, but he helped.
Who's the number one wide receiver on that team?
On that team was Andre Johnson.
Right. Okay. Kevin Beard was in there somewhere. Oh, my road.
Kevin Beard? No. It was Andre Johnson, Ethnic Sands, Darryl Jones, Kevin Beard. Who else was there? I mean, those was the guys who was really on the field. I forget the other guy, the other receiver name. He didn't really pan out, but he was there too. But Kevin Beard, he did his thing. Ethnic Sands did his thing too. So
yeah.
Like I say, if you're going off individual stats, then you gotta go with Hankerson.
Anthony Sands did a little something.
Man, Anthony Sands would run them little 10-yard hitch and catch it, and then turn around and run for 50 yards, and you'd be like, dang. Like,
really?
Yeah, he did it so many times. Like, many times. Jason Gathers, that's his name. Jason Gathers was the other receiver.
Yep.
I kind of miss that era. That's when I was just getting out of the military. I didn't know what I was gonna do. I was in New York trying to get unemployment because I thought they were gonna pay me more money, and I was just running around in life, dog. You know what I'm saying? I kind of missed that era of football a little bit. Like I tell my boy Philip Buchanan all the time, I didn't really see him play. I was in the Marines.
Yeah, Philip was good, man. But yeah, Ethnic Sands was really instrumental in that team, that 01 team, because you had certain games where they would just double team and triple team Andre Johnson. You know what I'm saying? And then, you want to go at the run, but, sometimes you still got to throw the ball. So next thing you know, it'll be like 3rd and 7, and J-Boy will run a little hitch route, or he'll run this quick slant, and he catch it and he take it. He always had yards after catch. Like, that was one thing that was real good about him. He had yards after catch a lot.
Right.
So, I'm scratching my head that J-Boy ain't got the head coaching job at Kansas City. Like, what? How did he not get it? Yeah. I mean, I'm scratching my head because I thought J-Boy should have got that job at Kansas City. But
hey, let's put it this way too. In today's type of offense, in a spread offense, all of them receivers would have been over 500 yards, 500-600 yard receivers.
Yeah,
every last one of them.
No doubt. I think the only one who kind of you knew like when he got in the game, you knew like the route he was really going to run, for the most part, was Darryl Jones.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because he was supposed to be like the speedster. He was coming off a couple of injuries and stuff. So they would just put him on the field to run. He would run two routes. He would run the post and he would run the go route. So Roscoe was on that team, but Roscoe didn't play. Roscoe had redshirted that year. He redshirted that year. It was hard to get on that field, man.
Yes, it was.
Sean Taylor had to play special teams. Kevin Winslow had to play special teams. I think Frank Gore and Vince Wilfork and then Trell Rowe was probably the only three who like got like major PT. Not major, but got like a lot of PT. Well, Frank Gore the only one who got major PT.
Yep.
Everybody else was like, hey man, you know, we blowing them out, y'all gonna get in the game, but we not put y'all in the game when the score is 0-0, 14-0. Let's go 35-0. Yeah, y'all get in the game, do what y'all do. That team just had so many. And then back then, I'm pretty sure Philip Buchanan will tell you this. Ed Reed said, he said, man, we didn't want to come out of the game. Like we were like, Coach, nah, don't put them freshmen in, don't put them guys in, because one thing they said was, yeah, but we might not get back in the game because them boys came in the ball.
Right.
Just look when McGahee and Gore was getting in the game, you were like, man, we don't need 28 out there no more. We don't need Glenn Portis out there no more. Why? You got two other running backs. You see what I'm saying? So like, and then just think how good Kellen Winslow was. So if Jeremy Shockey get out of the game and Kevin Winslow come in that ball, you like, hey, Coach, man, we don't need Shockey out there, man. Look how good Sean Taylor was. We'd have been like, man, you got to put him 26 on the field somewhere. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that team was good, man. But if you're going off just stat-wise, individual accomplishment, then you got to go with Leonard Hankerson. He had 1,000. He was over 1,000 yards receiving. I think he was the second one outside of Andre Johnson to do it in a long time for you.
I feel you, but my I don't know. For me personally, and I really like Hank's story, and I like the way that he persevered and he stuck in there. I really do. But in terms of like route running, knowing where to be, got tremendous competition around you, and if you make a mistake, you ain't getting back on the field, and you're not being able to just command the ball every single play because you got other dudes that are truly, you know, Andre Johnson was that dude. I mean, so with all that stuff around what you had to go through to even get on the field to have, you know, a couple hundred yards back then, I give it to Beard because of that, because you had to be flawless. And if you wasn't flawless, if you wasn't coming to practice and bringing it every day, your ass wasn't going to play.
I think that's what brings competition.
Yeah,
right. That's what breeds. That's what develops. That's what develops people.
Yeah, and remember the type of offense they was playing. They didn't have no 3, 4, 5 receivers out there. There was 2 receivers on the field.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and guess what? Those guys were coming out the game. Now remember, just look how good Andre Johnson was. Guess what? His freshman year, he had to sit behind Santana Moss and Reggie Wayne.
Right.
You like, he had to sit like Andre Johnson had to sit behind who? Like that is impossible.
Yeah, so that's it.
It was just.
You on mute. You muted yourself.
Me or you told the people
muted yourself, Street.
Did you tell the people about the Jeremiah Smith?
I'm just over here talking. Yeah, we're talking about Jeremiah Smith first. Cal, what's going on, bro? You in here? Unmute yourself. Yeah, we talking about Jeremiah Smith. I'm getting intros for everybody, though. I know y'all all white people, but it ain't no big deal. Intro for everybody. What Kim intro gonna be? The Great Kabuki, the Great Moto, whatever his name was.
Nikito Nagasaki.
Jackie Chan. Bruce Lee Williams.
Yeah, we talked about Jeremiah, man. Jeremiah Smith, the thing that was okay. Josiah Trader is a University of Miami lean, 5-star Josiah Trader. He's a University of Miami lean. KD, what's up? He's University. He's University of Miami lean, and that's Jeremiah Smith, homeboy. I'm gonna tell you how this recruiting thing works. Now, there's a lot of variables in recruiting right now. It's a lot of things. You have NIL, you have money and things of that nature. You have your friends, and you have your 17, 18-year-old mentality. And if you think back to when you guys were 18, 17, 16 years old, all you wanted to do is like be with your homeboys. You ain't really know nothing else. You know what I'm saying? So what could possibly happen here? You know what I'm saying? Miami gets a wide open offense, which we think we're going wide open, right? X, half open, wide open, play open.
It's gonna be wide open, whether it's pass or run. It's gonna be wide open.
And what happens here is Josiah Trader may be a lean to Miami, and you got your homeboy who you're hanging with all the time. Said he going to Ohio State. Only thing he knows about Ohio State is probably when he goes visit Ohio State. He probably stop at the gas station and he go to the campus. That's it. And you got your homeboy staying at home. He probably got your girlfriend here. When you gone, your homeboy probably gonna be hitting your girlfriend now too. Now he got both of your girlfriends because they still home. And this stuff start weighing on you, dog. I'm just giving you the hypothetical, dog, of how it could happen. Because making sense of it, you can't make sense out of Jeremiah Smith saying, let's go to the University of Miami after that offense we had last year. Don't try to be logical with it. What'd you say? Hey, no.
Man, I got
If I'm him, I would have ran out. Like, man, look, y'all don't call me no more.
Don't try to be logical with it. No logic. We ain't talking about logic here. We talking about kids making decisions.
Now, I was just gonna say this. I mean that issue is dealt with already. I'm just about to say, if you win or lose, wouldn't you want to do it with your homeboys?
Yeah.
Well, that's got to be a big draw. You know, like playing with the guys that you played against. You feel me?
Well, yeah. It kind of, yeah. Because, you know, you trust them. You know what I'm saying? You trust them. You trust them to not, I won't say let you down on the field, but, you know, you trust them. Like, you just have a lot more trust with your homeboys because you've been around them a lot more. You know what I'm saying? Then I'm finna go out here to this team that I don't know these guys. I don't trust them. You know what I'm saying? We all recruited highly though, but I don't trust. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what's going to happen. Just look at the little situation happening in Alabama with the basketball player. You know what I'm saying? Like
that was crazy, right?
He trusted the dude, and the dude could have really got this man in trouble. Like literally got this man in trouble. So that's that type of stuff he's saying. Man, I stay home, man, because I'd rather be with somebody I trust. But it's interesting that you say that. It's interesting that you say that, Peter, about Jeremiah and JoJo. Like those aren't the only two that's talking about, hey man, what you doing? You know, we can go to this school and make it happen. It's another top guy that's talking about what's happening too.
St. Thomas Aquinas.
You know what? Chance Robinson, baby.
Chance?
Yep.
What Wayne? Wayne a Florida State fan, huh?
Nah, Wayne, he's a UM fan too. He's another one. He's another one talking about. I don't want to use that term because somebody used that term and it didn't. I guess it didn't turn out too good to make the crib great again. I don't want to use that term, so we got to call something else.
What's up, KB?
Go ahead.
And I say, let me add that a little bit. What X speaking on, and I mean all of us being from here, we know it, and the coaches say it too. Like Florida kids are different. They say it all the time, and like when you leave here and you go visit other people, y'all notice the people are different too. So that is a big draw to stay around, quote unquote, your own kind or whatever, because we don't really vibe with everybody. Not that it's anything negative, but I'm just saying, like, the people ain't the same when you leave here, and it's really noticeable. Even people that's not from here notice that.
Yeah, the coaches over years had to kind of adapt to our Florida kids and how they are. They in your face, they talk trash, and then you may get a coach that come. A lot of these coaches come from places where there's not talent like this, and they're all about X's and O's, and they're about being humble. We don't talk about it, we play about it, blah, blah, blah. And you throw a South Florida kid in the middle of that, right? You know what I'm saying? And sometimes it don't jive. You're right, Kyle. If you're watching on Twitter, y'all come on over here. We're going to shut it down on Twitter. If you're watching on Twitter, y'all come on over to YouTube. But Cal, nah, you right. So, and when I'm talking, man, listen, we cool with Jeremiah dad. We cool with Jeremiah. I'm just saying hypothetical how it happens. I don't get into the kids recruiting like that. You know what I'm saying? I don't get around kids and be like, dog, what you going to do? That ain't what we do. That ain't what we do. That is not what we do. If they ask for help, we'll give them help. But other than that, that's not, that ain't really that ain't our MO, dog. That ain't what we do. I'm just telling you hypothetical how it could happen. How it could happen. And you're looking at it like, man, the number one wide receiver come to this offense? Well, that's how it could go down. You feel me?
Yeah, I mean, me and Steve Kim was talking about it yesterday on a space, and basically said that, how do you get these kids? Well, you don't have to sell something to these kids. They have to show an offense that's, sellable to these kids. You know what I'm saying? So if you got Jeremiah and you got JoJo saying, well, we could think about going to UM, but what is UM going to offer us when we get there? Like, are we both going to be able to produce when we get on the field together?
Right.
Like, you got to sell that. I think Mario definitely kind of hit it on the head with this one. Like, man, let me go get us a coordinator who gonna kind of sell this to these guys, because we need these guys.
Hey, speaking of getting, getting a 2-for-1. What if we get both Hankerson and Kevin Beard?
How?
What if they just both want to come back and be like, you know what, man, we just gonna come back and do what we got to do here.
Boy, get money, boy. I don't see the boys just parlaying.
Well,
ain't it in the NFL, ain't it?
Here go the situation with that, because you can actually pay Hankerson more than he's making in the NFL. We can pay KB more than he's making at Toledo if he was to come as an off-field analyst.
Yep.
So, and I think this is how you build you a good coaching staff, when you just get coaches, but it's the off-field coaches that really matters the most, because they're the ones who doing the real teaching with the players daily.
Because they stay in after practice.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? The on-field coaches, man, once practice over, those guys going into the coaching meetings, getting, details of what's going on, what they finna run this week, how, who they want in the game, and da-da-da-da. It's the off-field coaches that's out there working after practice, working before practice, making sure these kids go to class and
watching film.
And to get back on the KB and Hankerson thing, I'm just be honest. If I really wanted a receiver coach, I want KB, because KB could teach receivers. He could teach receivers how to run routes. I've never seen a coach that you won't do it like him.
Y'all see my avatar, right? Y'all see my avatar.
I'm like, man, I see you. I see you. I see you, man. But I mean, that could be a situation. And just to think, remember, I think a couple of weeks ago when I said, by us losing Stills and Coach Strong and not having to pay Gaddis all that buyout money, we got money to play around with, to say, hey, you can do something like that. So,
right. You didn't have to pay Gaddis?
Not the $3.5 million.
No.
Nope.
It was some character flaws that.
Who you prefer, though?
Remember what it was when they stripped him of the
OC
coordinator, the OC position. It wasn't we fired you. We just taking that title from you. So now we don't got to pay you that title money.
Yeah, got you.
when they stripped Gaddis of the offensive coordinator position. It wasn't that they fired him; they just stripped him of the position, and so the buyout will be we're just paying you the wide receiver money, the wide receiver coach money, which is I still think it was like it was well over 1.5. So I think it was like maybe 1.5 between 1.5 and 2. I mean that's still a lot of money for you to tell somebody they fired, but.
Yeah, but you saved yourself $2 million.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? So that's good right there.
And what does a typical wide receiver coach make? I mean,
it depends. Depends. Okay, so if you just a receiver coach, man, I think the most I've seen was like 950.
Right.
And that's just off a receiver coach. But then they start adding a whole bunch of other titles with you on that. So now you could get into making 1.5, 1.2, close to 2 million, stuff like that. Like, just say Josh Gaddis incident. Josh Gaddis is the offensive coordinator and the receiver coach. So guess what? He's getting paid the receiver coach money, and then he gets paid the offensive coordinator money. All that equals up to how much? Oh, he's getting paid $2 million. Oh, okay.
Right. So it could be a thing where you get KB, you get him to come to UM as an analyst for 400, 500, and then you get Hankerson to come in as a wide receiver coach for 750, add another title to him, bump him up to like 950.
I think you were speaking on it earlier, Rich. I mean, to be honest, I think the smart idea would be to go with KB because I don't think KB would want to go to the NFL. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if Hankerson don't want to go back to the NFL. He might get another offer to go back to the NFL. So who's to say he just don't leave? I think if KB comes, KB does a good job for 10 years. KB's still the wide receiver coach. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Because you're gonna get them pay raises along the way.
Yeah. I mean, most definitely. And then again, the titles, the job titles, man. The job titles matters the most. Because now they're just not coming as, you're just the wide receiver coach. They're the wide receiver coach, pass game coordinator, player personnel guy. So they give you all type of titles. So guess what? Now we can add all these incentives up to your paycheck. You're making $1.2 million altogether. Oh, that's a lot of money for a wide receiver coach, and that's really what he is.
Right.
KB, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. This is a real low. Go ahead.
No, you're not low. We can hear you. You ain't low. Sound like you tap dancing or something, though, but you ain't low. Next thing I want to get into, man, is Deion comments. If y'all heard Deion comments, what he said, I'm gonna play it real fast. I got it here somewhere. Here we go.
Mother, father, dual parent. We want that.
I guess he was asked, like, hey, you're recruiting, how you recruit kids, how you evaluate kids. I don't know what they could have asked him to make him go into this, but he went into it. Now, here we go.
Quarterbacks, the different. Yeah, we want mother, father, dual parent. We want that kid to be 3, 5 and up. He's got to be smart.
Two thumbs up if y'all can hear that.
Off the field at all, because he has to be a leader of men. There's so many different attributes in what we look for when we see a quarterback. And you would love a coach's son. Somewhere that the coaches coached him, and I'm not going down my road. I see you smiling. I know you're talking about your quarterback. You're talking about myself. Like old lineman. I look for dual parent.
You know what? I think I can just pull it up.
That they adhere to, right? Smart kid, at least 3 and above. You're also describing Hurts. Yeah, tough. Physical. Offensive lineman, defensive lineman.
Okay. No, I got it right here. We're gonna pull it up right here. I got it right here. I'm pulling it up right here. Here we go. I got it. Pull it up right here. See if y'all heard this.
Mother, father, dual parent. Mm-hmm. We want that kid to be 3, 5 and up because he's got to be smart. Mm-hmm. Not bad decisions off the field at all, because he has to be a leader of men. It's so many different attributes in what we look for when we see a quarterback, and you would love a coach's son. Somewhere that the coaches coached him, and I'm not going down my road. I see you smiling because
I know who your quarterback is.
He's
right
talking
now.
about my son. I'm like O lineman. I look for dual parent homes,
right?
A strong father that they adhered to,
right?
Smart kid, at least 3.3 and above.
You're also describing Hurts.
Yeah, tough.
Well. I mean,
physical. I mean, offensive lineman. Defensive lineman is totally opposite.
What do you mean?
Single mama. Trying to get it. He's on free lunch. I mean, like, I'm talking about just trying to make it. He's trying to get the mom a different. He wants.
Okay, so y'all heard, right? Y'all heard what Deion had to say. So basically, Deion said he gave his criteria. What he looked for in quarterbacks: 3.5, mama, daddy in the house. Then you know what I'm saying? O-line, strong father figure, blah blah blah. 3.0, whatever he said. Then he got the D lineman, and he like, man, single mama. I want him to be struggling, and I want somebody who feel that they got to get their mama, you know what I'm saying, out the struggle and a fighter. Basically, what he's looking for.
No daddy defense.
How you feel about what Deion said?
Man, I don't want to take too much to heart of it because we've heard Rich say Dabo recruits a certain type of kid, and Dabo like 2-parent families.
Yes, he does.
I can't take too much out of it.
Man, but Dabo right, he can say stuff like that. Like Deion say you want 2-parent home. You want
wait your turn. Let's stop skipping the lunch line. Man, Rich, how you feel about it, Rich?
I mean, to be honest, I understand why he said it, and he's saying stuff that you would say in the locker room, you would say amongst the coaches at a diner. You know, they'd be like, hey, who's that quarterback's dad? Did he play for his dad? That stuff means a lot because he's absolutely right. You don't want a quarterback who you don't want a quarterback who is constantly getting in trouble, constantly can't pass his classes, and because those guys, they're leading your whole team. Everybody's following them. So
right,
nobody's perfect, and you do have some outliers. Like, Lamar Jackson, for instance. He comes from a single parent home, but that single parent knew because you look at his story. She made him play up up north a little bit, as opposed to going to a Deerfield Beach or whatever, being around trouble or whatever the case may be. So it's always going to be outliers to everything, but I get what he's saying. And with a D lineman, yeah, you want dogs, you want somebody who this is their way out, and I get it. And there's where you start from in life does not determine where you finish, where you're gonna end up. So
shout out to
people take it.
SHADY, though. Go ahead.
I was about to say people take it to heart, but just remember that where you start from is not where you finish. That's what's most important.
X, what you thought about what he said?
Again, I'm gonna say it again. Like Deion, you ain't supposed to talk about dual parent, 2-parent home. Like you've been a brother, a black brother, man. Like, come on, Deion. We know the statistics is here. Half of these kids don't have 2-parent homes. And you telling me you don't want a quarterback because he don't have a 2-parent home? Like, what is that? Like, you're basically saying what the other people say. You know what I'm saying? That's what they thinking. That's what they say. Hey, well, most of these kids don't have 2-parent homes. And guess what they say? Well, most kids who don't have 2-parent homes end up in trouble or end up. This is what they saying. So it's like, Deion, you basically saying the same thing. Then to go and say, well, I want my D-line to have a 1-parent home. Oh, well, come on, Deion, make up your mind. Who do you want on your team? Do you want? You know what I'm saying? It's like when Duke was recruiting back in the 90s and the 80s, Duke was recruiting certain players. And they let it be known that they wanted certain players. What are you saying, Deion? Do you want certain players only? I don't know. I mean, but it is what it is, man. Hey, Deion,
it's Miami. It's weird to hear people take on this. I was on the phone with somebody for 30 minutes a day, and he said Deion talking about black kids. He talking about black kids, and I said he didn't say nothing about race. Nah, man, you know he's talking about black kids.
He didn't have to say nothing about race, but what Streeter, you was a CEO. You was a CEO, man. When you was a CEO, most of those kids who came in there had what? Single parent homes, right or wrong?
Yeah, I think statistics show that kids with single parent homes have a better.
So when he say that, when he say, "Oh, I want a kid who has a 2-parent home," he's not talking about what?
He's not talking about what?
He talking, "Oh, I want a quarterback to have a 2-parent home." He ain't talking about black quarterback there.
God, I was hoping he didn't say that.
He ain't talking about a black quarterback.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm just keeping it 100.
Can we name black quarterbacks that come from 2-parent homes?
I don't know.
Jalen Hurts, right?
Yeah, of course. Pat Mahomes. What are we talking about here?
Pat Mahomes is mixed to the 100th degree. Like we talk about a kid.
What about what's his name?
Bryce Young.
Bryce Young, yeah, Bryce Young.
Deshaun Watson. Where did Deshaun Watson come from?
Single parent, mama.
But okay. Listen, see, it's weird for Deion to say this, right? And then the reaction of black people is weird to me because he didn't say a race.
He didn't.
Man, he's talking about 3.5 with 2 parents. He ain't talking about black people.
So basically, we wanted Deion to come out and say, "Oh, I don't want a black quarterback because he has a single parent home." We want him to say that.
X, you steady walking down that alley. Come on back here, boy. You're going too far, X. Come on back.
You saying he didn't mention any race, but I'm saying, so do we want him to just come out and say that? Like, oh well, hey, I don't want no quarterback. No black quarterback because he probably don't got no 3.5. He probably got a single mom home.
What you think he'll consider his son? What you think he'll consider his son?
Deion's son is a single parent home. He didn't come from
Great. So listen. So you're saying that the only options he had was to say what he said, or either say, "Man, I don't want no black hood quarterbacks." That what you saying?
I want to hear KB's take.
I'm saying that's how I took it. I took it from him saying, "Well,
listen, dog. A lot of y'all response to what he's saying has a lot to do with who y'all see in the mirror, dog."
What you mean? Who we see in the mirror?
It's how you see life. You're saying to yourself that there's no Don Cheneys out here. You know what I'm saying? There's no dog. What he said had no color on it.
I'm not saying that, but see now you making it seem like I'm saying it or we're saying it. We're saying we looking at Deion. We looking at Deion, and guess what? Deion is saying the same exact thing that the other people are saying.
Okay. Is Mario Cristobal recruiting a different kid right now?
Mario Cristobal ain't come out and say nothing like that either.
Is he recruiting a different kid?
Yes.
Has to have a criteria, right?
Yep.
Yeah, but it ain't got nothing to do with they got to have a dope parent home or no 3.5. It ain't got nothing to do with that.
I'm pretty sure the grades have something to do with it.
I mean, yeah, grades obviously, but he's not saying, "Oh, I only want kids with a 3.5. Like, if that's the case, then we probably won't get half of the kids we got.
No, dog. Listen, X. He said what he said. I was on the phone with somebody for 30 minutes a day. I wanted him to come on here because his take on it was hardcore. He didn't mention race not one time. Y'all are saying when he say 2 parents, 3.5, oh, he must be talking about Samoans or something. He cannot be talking about. And that, bro, is how you see life. That's how you see life, dog. Everything ain't Opalaka and Miami Gardens around this country, dog. There's some well-off people. There's some well-off blacks around this country. Like, there's some black.
Most definitely. But again, Deion is speaking and saying the exact same thing that the other people are saying. I'm not speaking on Oberlock or Miami. I'm speaking on what Deion said. Guess what? The other people saying the same thing.
What's the difference between a kid coming from a 1-parent home and a 2-parent home?
Ask Deion.
Come on,
Ask Deion.
Come on, Rich. What's the statistics say? What does the statistics say?
Man,
kid come from a 2-parent home. Huh?
If you go by the stats, then you all right. So the elephant in the room is the fact that you have damn near 80% of African Americans be born out of wedlock. So that means 80% of the population is single parent homes. So when you say single parent homes, there's only a 20% chance that you're going to have or recruit a black quarterback. And I get that. Also, to your point, Street, when you mentioned single parent homes once again, you said that the statistics are also negative when it comes to single parents and kids that are incarcerated. So that goes into, and if you're incarcerated, especially at a younger age, that means your focus was not on the books, right? Your focus was probably somewhere else. So now when you talk about having that 3.5 or 3.3, it's not likely if you in and out of juvie, in and out of whatever, right? So we have to almost look at ourselves and say, okay, this is the criteria that they're looking for, and that will never change. It will never change, because at the quarterback position, you're going to look for somebody who can lead men, meaning they can go before men and people can look up to them because of them having certain aspects of their life right. With offensive line, you got to know the playbook. You got to be somebody who likes to study. You got to be somebody who likes film. And you got to be somebody who's willing to stay in college and not flunk out of college.
My dog Rich.
Because you're going to be in there for 4 to 6 years. You're not going to be in there.
Rich over there like this. He should have had Rich interpreting what he was saying over there like this.
I mean, you as an offensive lineman, when you hear them boys, you know, when they be like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna take my talents to Alabama, and I'm gonna be there for 3 years. For the next 3 years, as an offensive lineman, if you thought that way, you're gonna be in for a big surprise, man, because a lot of offensive linemen are in school for 4 years, 4+ years. So if you don't like school and you're an offensive lineman, you're gonna have a hard time in college. It's gonna be tough for you.
You said it's gonna be tough for him, dog?
Yeah. But if what he's saying is, if you're a D lineman though, if you're a pass rusher, especially if you a pass rusher and you have that prototypical size, there's almost no other position where you almost got to have freakish size, except look at what's his name, the DNs that came through Miami, Jalen Phillips and what was homeboy name?
Quincy
Russo.
Greg Russo. And look at Roche. Roche was not highly touted like those two because he didn't have that freak of nature size. Rousseau, they say Rousseau's arms are so long, when you snap the ball, it was like he already reached around and grabbed the quarterback.
Yep.
They were like, it was just unfair. He don't even need to
yeah.
move. He just go ahead and grab the quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Because it's different. A guy like that, you could play one season and go to the league. You can have 120 sack season and go to anybody's NFL. So that's what he's saying. And I would say this to black folk in general, man. If you don't like what he said about the criteria, what are we doing to change it? What are we doing to curb the single parent, you know what I'm saying, epidemic in the black community?
Marrying white women.
That ain't nothing we can do to curb.
What we doing?
Marrying white women.
Womp, 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 womp.
No, I'm just playing. Listen. But like, if you take,
Hold on, KB. Didn't Deion Sanders go crazy for Bieniemy McLean? His mama's single mama.
Single.
Sure ain't no 3.5.
Go ahead, KB.
Nah, I was saying, sure ain't no 3.5, but
right, KB, sure ain't no 3.5. So what are we talking about, Deion?
I think if you take what X and Rich said and combine it, you look at it in a particular way, right? If Rich is saying 80% of black folk is coming from a single parent family, you kind of basically Xing out the black quarterback. You know what I'm saying? If you're saying 80% come from that, you kind of Xing out the black quarterback and saying that they're not capable or they can't do this or they can't do that. You know what I'm saying? If you just take that stat, then you just know what X is trying to say. So it's kind of like you kind of knock off a whole culture of people that are already behind the 8 ball. So that's why you can kind of take offense to what he's saying. It's like you saying you can't believe in a kid that comes from a single parent home and all that kind of stuff or whatever. So I can understand every side of it. If I'm Deion, I probably wouldn't have said it. But I can understand people taking offense to it. I mean, because you're Xing out people that's already up against the 8 ball. You're telling me, I don't know his background, but you're telling me, for instance, Ja'Cory Harris or Teddy Bridgewater, or we're not recruiting those kids. I don't know if they're from single parent home, but I'm just giving you an example. You're telling me you got, you know what I'm saying? Because like whose class was it? I think Ja'Cory's class. Man, that was probably the best quarterback class I've ever seen down here. It was Ja'Cory. It was Shoelace. It was it was Gino. I think Brent Schaefer might have been Schaefer was like a year or two before. But like that little era of quarterback, man, it was about Herbert Bond. It was some high level quarterbacks coming out of that, man. And you tell yeah, like I don't know how many of them kids had a 2-parent home. I don't think all of them did.
Let me ask let me ask this question real quick. If we all right now would say, you know what, man, in order to get our O-line better, we need to go to Nebraska and get some of them corn-fed boys.
We do say it.
We say
it. We go to Cali. You go to Cali to get a quarterback.
We go to Cali to get a quarterback. The boys in Florida can't throw no ball.
Yeah, we say that.
Listen, it's weird to hear. It's weird to hear people get all up in arms when you hear Deion talk. You're talking about Deion Sanders, dog. I don't even think he believed what he just said. I think Deion, first of all, he can say anything. He's 50 Cent. He's he get away, he can say anything. He can get away with anything, he can say anything. But the crazy part about me is that we be the first ones to go after him.
Right. Now I gotta tell you, if Dabo or Saban would have said what Deion said, I would have been upset.
Right.
What if?
I mean, what street is
in the chat. If Nick Saban would have said what Deion said in the chat, right? Let me know how many of y'all would have been bothered by that. Because I'm gonna tell you how I feel about it.
I mean, maybe us not personally, but I can tell you it would have been an uproar, like more on social media if it would have came from a white mouth. It definitely would have, because we always have these, there's always coded language when it's talked about us. And sometimes you can't decipher what's coded, but you heard these things before. So yeah, definitely people would have been at Saban and Dabo had they said something like that out
I mean, if that we already called Dabo racist, so it don't matter if he said it or not. Like he gonna be Dabo. Dabo just Dabo. Nick Saban, yeah, we'd be like, oh, hold on, Nick, what? You got some single parent moms you recruited for years now. You know
what type of women? What type of women you like, X?
It depends. It depends on.
What's your prototype? What's your type of women, dog? What type of women you like? What she look like?
Oh,
give me your perfect woman.
I like I mean, to be honest, I like a woman who's intellectual, who can speak, who don't just want my money, who don't just look good on the eyes. You know what I'm saying? She got to be able to talk to me some, you know. But she got to be a freak. Like if she ain't freaky, I don't want nothing to do with you.
What she look like?
The truth comes out.
What does she look like? I mean, she gotta have a nice round shaped booty. She gotta have some nice breasts. Some nice.
What she look like though? What she dark? She tall? She light? What she?
She could be. Oh, I'm crazy about dark skinned women. So.
Are you like dark skinned women?
Yeah, I love dark skin. I love women, period. But I'm crazy about dark skinned women.
Yeah.
Yeah. I love dark skinned women, man. I
think no different than you can sit here and say and alienate every Cardi B looking chick. You know what I'm saying? Which the woman that you want is no different than a coach saying. This is the type of kid you want to recruit.
No. That is nowhere near the closest
thing. It's his program. He can recruit whoever he wants to recruit.
No. You talk about being attracted to somebody to let me get somebody who can run my program. That ain't the same at all.
He can recruit whoever he wants to recruit for his program.
He's the head coach. He can. Oh, you know what? I was finna say this before you had let KB speak. He said something about he wanted a quarterback to control his team. You telling me Deion Sanders, if you see Jameis Winston over there in high school, he's this and that, and he could come and control your team and take you to the national championship, you're not going to recruit him?
No. Cardi B come sit on your lap. She light-skinned, she talk a lot, she wants your money. You're not going after Cardi B?
Yeah, we might have a good night, but that's about it.
No, Deion is saying that, right? But you're at Colorado. You're going to get whatever's available for you, Deion, and we know that. But he could have his own criteria. I wouldn't have a problem if Nick Saban would have said it. I know on paper they have to be looking for these certain things. Let's not act like we don't know they're not looking for these certain things.
It might be, but that's weird to me. I can't. I don't know. That's weird to me. I guess it depends on where you come from.
Look, I don't have a problem because he's a head coach. Like you just say, he can recruit who he wants to, how he want to recruit. My whole thing is I just don't. I don't like when you say things that they say that because they say that. I've heard people say that before. Like I don't want them to keep saying that.
Now that I agree.
I don't want them to say that.
He said Deion wouldn't recruit himself.
Exactly.
That's the one thing I agree with.
Yeah, like okay, Deion. Look. Most of us will probably feel the same way about recruiting a kid. I don't want no troublemaker on my team. I don't want no kid who mama driving him crazy. He gonna come drive my team crazy. But Deion, don't say it because we know they saying it.
That's the thing. It's like not being on code. You feel me?
Yeah, just. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it is what it is. Don't say it like that. Yeah,
I didn't take it that deep. And I also, maybe I'm naive. When I hear a 2-parent home, 3.5, I don't see a color. Like I'm past that point. You know what I'm saying? I don't see a color. Like I don't see a color.
I think it's more of a culture than a color. I think that's what people see, more of a culture than a color. Like you telling me you're not gonna take my jet from around the way, or like, you know what I'm saying? Like you telling me you want a kid from, you okay with getting a kid from Western, Coral Springs Charter, you know what I'm saying? Pinecrest, that's where these kids gonna come from. But you're not comfortable going to get a jet from Northwestern, Dillard, you know what I'm saying? Like it's more of a cultural thing. Like, dang, you can't come and get, our kids. Like our kids ain't good enough for you. You got to go out to these, predominantly white schools or rich schools or whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's more of a culture than it is a color, in my opinion.
Man, you gotta shout this one out.
We counting Samoans? What are Samoans? What do we call the Samoans?
Yeah, you count them. I mean, you
Polynesians or whatever.
You have a criteria. Guess what? They said, let's get them boys, because them boys know how to push people around. And that's the stereotype about them.
Them in the cornfield.
No, listen, man. I think them comments did exactly what Deion wanted them to do.
And guess what? That's why I don't have no problem, because I'm like, all Deion doing is he's publicity. He's in the camera all the time. Everybody's talking about Deion every day. Guess what?
I know.
All the recruits talking about him. All the parents talking about him. Everybody talking about Deion. So he's in the news. He's in every comment, social media platform, media, TV, television, whatever you want. Deion is there. Everybody's talking about him.
Shout out to Willie Boston with $100. Willie Boston said, shout out to Street and the fellas, man. Love y'all. Willie say he love us, man. Give Willie a group hug, man. We done shot the $100 dog.
Shout out to
it's Willie. We can't say it's tax time for Willie, because Willie been throwing money all year round. Willie throw money in April. He throw money in May. Him and Sean Round, they throw all type of money. You know what I'm saying? So we can't say tax time for Willie.
Shout out to Willie, man. Shout out to Willie. But again, like I say, I'm not, man, Deion, more power to you, man. I hope Deion goes to seed up there, you know what I'm saying? Because I've always been a Deion fan. He's one of the very few Seminoles that I respect, you know, and I hope he does a good job at Colorado. You know, I hope he stays at Colorado forever, too. I hope he never comes back to the state of Florida.
That ain't happening.
I did want to point out. I did want to point out this comment. Sterling Williams said, "This ain't the '80s. It's more dads staying and fighting to be in their kids' lives." And once again, that's a culture thing, right? So the culture was at a certain place when Deion was in school, when Deion was playing, and I feel like the culture has evolved to a different place now, where we're starting to see certain statistics come out, like African American fathers who are in their children's lives have a higher percentage rate of like the ones who want to be involved. There's a higher percentage rate of them actually being involved the right way versus other races. We're starting to see stuff like that. So
yeah, remember Deion came up in the crack epidemic area. So yeah, Deion didn't. Guess what? Some of his homeboys didn't have fathers because they either was in jail, right, or strung out on crack. So yeah, we understand why Deion probably saying that, because he's seen it firsthand.
You know, one thing about statistics, and this is any stat, I'm gonna say this because honestly, the real reason about all this is a very long and deep discussion that we ain't finna do. But you have to look at statistics and how statistics come about. They only gather information from certain age groups and certain sections. So like they used to always tout that more black men in prison than it is in college. It was so false. So false. Like, even if you think about it, that it doesn't even make any sense. But what they did in that study was they took an age group. I forgot what it was. It was like an age group between 23 and 27. That was the age group they took to come up with that stat. Because think about it, all these stats that they're coming out with, bro, how are you going to really measure these stats? Unless you're going around and trying to get everybody, you know what I'm saying, to fill out whatever survey you got. But like I said, with that stat, they took the ages of 23 to 27 because those were whatever, quote unquote, normal college ages. But you didn't start from 19 and you don't go all the way to 50. You know what I'm saying? The eligible age for college is what, 18? And you can go to college up until the day you die. So they're not going to take that whole thing. So when they actually did the study in the proper way, the number of men in college versus the black men in prison, it dwarfed the numbers. So those stats you got to take with a grain of salt sometimes, or at least just do your homework.
Shout out to Gage, $5, man. Gage, try to say the way you want to go ahead and read. You can read it, Rich.
Sure. The way we tackled in recent years we must be recruiting wholesome families. And obviously Georgia's D is fatherless. They got that no daddy defense over there.
He didn't say nothing about DBs, right? A linebacker. He just said something about defensive linemen.
He didn't say nothing about DBs.
Nah, he didn't say nothing about DBs.
Now, if he would have said something about DBs, I guess you would have said, "Oh yeah, Deion, you already talking about black kids now." But he didn't say anything about DBs.
He didn't
said that. It would have been a.
He didn't say a color, man. The way you took his comments is the way you perceive life, whoever you are. The way you took his comments is the way you perceive life. I know somebody was mad at me telling me, man, yeah, the white guys up there, they was laughing, man. They laughing at us. I was like, bro, calm down.
They laughing because guess what? They saying the same exact thing. They saying the same exact thing Deion said. And like Rich say, like, yo, that was something we just felt like he shouldn't have said because man, okay, look, you remember when in the was it is the Muhammad Ali movie or is it the Malcolm X? One of when Malcolm was telling Muhammad Ali like, yeah, you sitting up there and they loving you, they laughing though. You know you a court jester. They making a mockery out of you. But yeah, they finna buy you a new car. They finna pay you this, but they laughing at you. This is what
those dudes
doing.
You know what?
Those dudes sitting in front of Deion can't laugh at them. Laugh at Deion. Y'all giving him too much credit.
Right.
No,
right. And just
y'all giving him way too much credit. Y'all giving him way too much credit.
My last point on the whole Deion thing is you can't trust a man with 8 toes.
Shout out to Shady, man. We're going to get on the Shady comments. This is them asking Shady because Shady played for Kansas City. Eric Bieniemy. Shady McCoy. This is his comments. This is his comments on Eric Bieniemy. And being an OC, and we've been on this Eric Bieniemy interview 17 times, haven't got an OC job. Andy Reid, last 2 OCs became head coaches. The 2 OCs from the losing Eagles team became head coaches. And Eric Bieniemy has shot himself in the foot 17 times. Here's what McCoy had to say about Eric.
Social media, he should be the guy for the job. They haven't played there. They're not in the locker room. I've been in the rooms where he's coaching, and he has nothing to do with the pass game at all, right? When the plays are designed, that's Andy Reid. When you talk about offensive coordinators, I can tell you what makes Brian Daboll with the Giants a very, very good coordinator. I can tell you what Andy Reid or Doug Peterson. But when I asked about Eric Bieniemy, what makes him good? When we watch the film of practices and we correct the wide receivers, the running backs, the quarterbacks, he doesn't talk in there. Andy Reid talks in there. He may say things to the running back because he's an ex-running back coach. I get that. But he has no real responsibility. Now you go from the Chiefs, where you can hide behind Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid. Hey, then you go to the Washington, where you got to call plays. You got to run the meetings. You got to run the installs. And last issue I have with him is, what makes Andy Reid so great, not the play calls, which we see that, which I mean, that's one of it. But the other thing is like adapting to the players. With Bieniemy, he's my first practice, I couldn't believe it. He dog coaching, he dog cussing the players. I'm like, and not just the regular players, Kelsey, other players. So it's like, it's hard for me. I'm rooting for him because he's a black coach, and I love to see black coaches win. Also, he's a running back coach. Running back coach don't never get.
All right, you need to hit it in because you're not rooting for him. So he could have left that part out. He could have left that part out. You're not rooting for him.
Shady McCoy basically telling everybody he's soft. Oh, I don't like that he's yelling at me. Oh, so you soft. Okay, man.
Now, after Shady McCoy did that, a lot of other players came out and basically took to Eric Bieniemy's defense and was like, "Man, Shady tripping." I'm gonna put some of the comments up here, but dog, it's hard for me to believe. It's really hard for me to believe that Andy Reid, been in the league forever, offensive guru. Last 2 offensive coordinators both got head coaching jobs. Hires a Eric Bieniemy as a handicapped guy on the squad that does nothing but coach running backs, and all of a sudden, now he has an OC that can't do anything, but then wins the Super Bowl. Then y'all gonna
Andy
say,
Reid,
where they had Pat Mahomes. But goddamn, everybody who wins the Super Bowl has a star quarterback.
right? And Andy Reid didn't win a Super Bowl without Eric Bieniemy.
Right. Here's some of the comments that the people had to say. Some of the people came to the defense. Tyrone Matthew, Honey Badger say, "Man, you fucked up with it." Straight up. He just told him, "Man, you fucked up with it." Who it is? Chandrick West said cap. Tyreek Hill said Shady mad AB told him to tuck that ball. That's probably maybe some inside joke, you know what I'm saying, about him tucking the ball, maybe fumbling or something like that. My thing is this. Said. You know what the problem here? The problem here is, I could barely see that. Let me see what Jamal Charles said. I have to disagree with you, Shady. Bieniemy coached me 4 years. I learned so many things from EB, and I still keep in contact with him. A great husband and father. He deserves to be a head coach. So the problem with what we're listening to and what we're watching is that you got Shady McCoy commenting on Eric Bieniemy live. See, we don't know what the other OCs did in the locker room. You know why? Because their peers aren't going to come out and say, man, Chargek, man, he's the OC, but he ain't know nothing. They don't say that to each other. You know what I'm saying? It's they don't do that to each other. It's always us, though. Whether it's true or not, it's always us with the emotional crap, though. Me and Shady, I never really jive with Shady, dog. Like Shady McCoy, that name fit him. Has always fitted him.
I was about to say his name's Shady. Like, what you think he ain't gonna be Shady? Like,
he remind me of Samuel L. Jackson off of Django. Who that Negro on that nag?
Oh, my problem is, dog. Listen, man. There's a lot of jobs getting handed out. We saw Joe Brady go from passing game coordinator to NFL OC. We've seen special team coaches go from special team coach to head coach. We've seen 1 year coordinators go from defensive coordinator 1 year, head coach the next year. There's a lot of jobs getting passed. There's a lot of things with jobs getting passed out. We're saying Eric B. been the coordinator for umpteen years in Colorado, Kansas City, and he don't know nothing about the passing game. That's what Shady's saying, dog.
Well, this is a good question.
Me to believe, dog.
This kind of follows up what we were just talking about. We were talking about demographics or certain pedigree that you look for in players. What type of pedigree do you look for in a head coach? And what boxes does Bieniemy check, and what boxes is he not checking that the other guys check? Because we saw the OC and DC get a job from the losing team. So what boxes did they check, and what boxes is Bieniemy not checking?
What? I mean, what 17 interviews?
Entertain that. I'm not going to entertain that question right there.
And after 17 interviews, like, he got to have it down pat. He got to get it right?
Yep.
Right.
So what boxes are they checking? Most of them, like, they do say they know football, but like, you know what I'm saying? This man played the game and he goddamn coaching the game at a high level and winning Super Bowls. I don't know. Is he going in there and just bombing the interview? He going in the interview? Look, man, I know why y'all called me in here, man. Just go and give him $5,000. Let me get on out of here, dog. What are you doing? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Well, me and you had a conversation this morning, and I take this from Candace Parker when they asked her how does she feel about being the first female commentator at the NBA All-Star game. And she said, it feels good, of course, to be getting a promotion to do something that you wasn't doing before in your craft. She said, but to be honest with you, it's all about the opportunity. I was given this opportunity because there's other women who have put in more work than I have, who came before me, that are probably even better than me, that deserves this opportunity too, but they didn't get it. But I'm the one who got the opportunity. Right. So we can't talk about that. That's the thing. There's nothing you can really say. Nothing Shady can say. Nothing we can say. You can't bring up his past. There's literally nothing you can say about Bieniemy and being a head coach because you won't give him the opportunity to be a head coach. Now, once you give him a real shot, not a, the shot they gave homeboy in Arizona, Steve Wilkes, I think his name is, not that type of shot where you bring a man in for 8 months and fire him. I'm talking about a real shot to run a team, just like we're giving Mario a shot, right? Give him that multi-year deal. Tell him, hey, your first couple of years, if you make mistakes, it's okay. We're gonna ride with you. And after 5 years, tell me what you get. And if his record is as not as impressive as some of his counterparts in the league, meaning the other 32 head coaches, then you could put some statistical data behind it. But until then, you can't really come up with a criteria as to why he doesn't get the job as opposed to other candidates.
I don't know, bro. It's the weirdest thing. I mean, at the 17th time, I'd be scared to call him in there for the Rooney Rule.
Man, Spinner, you already know. We talked about this the other day on the phone. The reason why he ain't getting the job. And you're like, well, that's probably why.
But I mean,
they probably seeing it the same way. Like, yeah, man, he just, he's that, and we can't trust him with this team. We can't trust him with this team. I mean, that's what I'm probably thinking, but I don't know, man. He's what Shady McCoy said was way off, man. The man is anybody who he coached tell you the man knows somebody. He know offense. I don't know what Shady talking about. That comes from pure hate, maybe. Like Shady, he probably took Shady out the game before he could get his incentives or something.
Right.
But yeah, Eric definitely knows he know offense. So I don't know what's the situation with him and getting a head coaching job, because he sure should have had one. Like, but then again, you got some. You know what I'm saying? You got some company men who are black that does get the job before the other guy get the job, because he's not a company man.
I don't think, like, would he be an offensive coordinator, assistant head coach if he was that bad of a person? Like, if he was that unprofessional? Like, why would he be in your locker room if he was that unprofessional?
Right.
Like, it ain't like it's easy to become a NFL OC.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Maybe I don't know. It's crazy because there's some teams that you felt like, well, look, man, y'all can't do any worse, man. Y'all might as well hire the guy, and they still didn't hire the guy.
Didn't Shady play for? Shady was in Philadelphia with Reed, right?
Yeah.
So I wish somebody would have asked him what qualified Andy's other coordinators to get jobs, because he was there with the other coordinators under Andy Reid. So why did you feel that?
I figured out why he said that. Maybe Eric took him out the game before Shady was finna get his incentives for that year. Like,
right, I'm sure, but that's my thing. That's what I would have. But that's what I would have asked him. Like, why did you feel the need to come out and say something negative against Eric, but not the other guys that didn't call plays under Andy Reid, that didn't implement game? Or are you going to tell me that they implemented the passing game and all that kind of stuff? Like, why did you feel that? I would have asked him that, because it don't, and like Shooter said, don't say you wish him well, because you don't, because you want to put no salt in his game, bro. I don't like Shady. I don't like Shady. That's why I stopped watching. Not him by himself, but like just people like that. I can't jive with, bro. It's like some things are just too obvious, man.
Some things don't. Some things don't have to be said. Like, yeah, some things don't have to be said.
Like you were saying about Deion, like some things you don't say out loud. If that's the way you actually feel or whatever, you ain't helping nobody by saying that. So if you really wish him well, you'd have kept that to yourself, because it's not like he gonna cost you money if you go to Washington and fail. So why you felt like opening your mouth? I don't like people like that. Like you said, he got the perfect name, Shady. I've seen him talk like that before. Like yeah.
Yeah, remember he was talking about he gave it to the running linebackers.
Yeah. He said, I think he said he was like the best. He was the best running back or something. He said, I'm like, boy, if you shut your mouth. He was the best running back. Quiet, boy.
He get a little crazy every now and then. So, X, man, talk to me before we get out of here, dog. Spring practice start soon?
Spring practice start March the 4th. Junior day is the same exact day. It's going to be over 100, and I'm lowballing. It's going to be over 100 kids there. I'm lowballing.
You start when? Say it again. When you start? It start when?
March 4th. March 4th.
I'm talking about Junior Day.
Junior Day, March 4th. Start on the same. It's the same day, first day of spring practice.
Oh wow, they gonna run it like that, huh?
Yeah, they did it. They did it almost the same way last year. The first day of spring practice, they had but it wasn't Junior Day, but they had a whole lot of visitors there. So, I don't know if they, like I say, it's well over 100, well over 150 kids who saying they coming. That's crazy to have that many kids there on first day. That's just a big, huge number. So I don't know if the kids will be there while practice is, because normally practice is early in the morning. Mm-hmm. We waiting to see how they gonna do. You know what I'm saying, with the credentials and stuff. Obviously I'm gonna be down there regardless, but that's a big number, man. For 100 kids to be out there doing practice, we just talk about recruits. We're not talking about how they bring their parents or their cousins or their sisters, brothers.
Right.
Now you talk about coaches from other high schools, media. Man, it's gonna be probably 1,000-some people out there trying to see what's going on, and that's just a big number. And I don't know, man. So I'm thinking it might be a two session thing where practice is early in the morning, mm-hmm. and then maybe junior day start at 12. It might be something like that, but we'll see how it goes.
I don't know what,
man.
Go ahead.
The other news I was saying, it's a quarterback, man. He's one of the top quarterbacks in the country, man. Everybody got an eye on him. I'm hearing good things, looking good for UM. He really likes the offensive coordinator. Really likes the offensive coordinator.
How you
talking about that guy from TCU?
Nah, I'm talking about the guy named Air.
Oh, Air, no.
Okay.
Air, yeah, he really likes the offensive coordinator. And he's another one that'll be down for that week. So, hey man, people saying what's up, when we finna start getting some recruits, some commits. I say, man, does it matter? Like, do we need them right now? Like, if they commit now, are y'all gonna be happy, or if they commit later? Like, which one? So, I think what we need to do is make sure the team don't look like they did last year. You know what I'm saying? So, somebody made a point. X, let me. I don't know. Was this you guys last night? I can't remember. But somebody made a point about, like, Mario is really heavy on the recruiting, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, now you think he's more concerned about, winning games and developing, or, just still trying to fill the place up with top-notch recruiters, or more versus more developers. Yeah, that was me. I was saying,
that was
Mario.
Okay.
Mario went out this time around. He went out and got guys who can coach and develop the guys the guys could really. They feel and respect these coaches. Mario basically is going out his way to say, well, look, I'm going to recruit these kids. I'm gonna go get the kids for y'all to play, for y'all to coach. You know what I'm saying? Because he was kind of upset that they didn't land certain kids. You know what I'm saying? And he like, well, it's on him, because it's him to close to get those kids. At the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? He has the last visit, the head coach visit. He has the last say so. So he wants to recruit at a better level. He wants to recruit at the Alabama and the Georgia level. He wants to recruit at those levels. And he feel like, man, in order for me to do this, I really got to take something off of me as far as being the coach, the head coach. I can't be out there trying to worry about what plays are being called and stuff like this. I just got to worry about the team. Let me build this team and get some coaches who want to coach the team. So he definitely said he's taking a personal attack with recruiting this year for 24 class. He wants the top class. And that's why I say, well, look, I sent Streeter the Mark 24 class, and I don't know if he put it out yet, but if anybody see it, y'all be like, dang, boy, we learned that class. That might be the best class ever. I mean, that's what Mario trying to do.
Princess Aaron Nolan. This was Princess Aaron Nolan 4 years ago. Princess Aaron Nolan, he played for Welcome All Panthers. They used to play against and now that I think about it, is the Ravens team with Jeremiah, JoJo, and they was from Prince was from Atlanta, and they had like a rivalry going on for a bit, and Rod Mack eventually stomped them. But he was the quarterback for the Georgia team, the blue team. That's him on the left. Listen, his dad is a football coach, very fiery dude, but this kid has been groomed to be a quarterback, dog. Like a quarterback. Pocket passing quarterback that can get it and run it when he wants to. Very, very mature. And this was 4 or 5 years ago. I can only imagine. How tall is he now, X?
He's 6'3".
I won't Nolan, dog. I know Eric. I mean, I know him personally. I know his dad personally. I won't Nolan, man. Nolan was very impressed at the age of 11, 12 years old. And I watched some of his Langston Hughes stuff. I think he played for Langston Hughes High in Georgia. But he's been recruited by everybody, right, X?
Yeah, he's been recruited by Bama, Ohio State, UM, Oklahoma, Texas A&M, everybody, Tennessee. But what plays in our factor is that, you know, most of those schools got guys, quarterbacks already committed to them.
Yeah, that plays a big factor.
Alabama got probably the number 3 quarterback in the nation committed to them, and they got 2 last year, 2 in the last class. So that plays a factor for us. But you know, Nick Saban is Nick Saban. Ohio State is Ohio State. It's you know, hey, Georgia obviously. So you just gotta, like I say, I think what plays in our factor is that Mario's going to take it upon himself to go get these guys, and then Eric said he loves the hire that Miami did. He said he was already talking with Coach Dawson. Mm-hmm. So, I think if they go out there and show that, man, they could have, if TVD go out there and show that he could toss this ball around 3,500 yards, maybe 30, 40 touchdowns. I know to say, hey, I'm coming down south, and then I'm gonna bring them two receivers who we played against when we was young. I'm gonna bring them guys too.
Wait, that's a Georgia team.
That's Jeremiah right there, 11. And you got Bullet 7, CJ the quarterback from Chaminade. He's going to get to play against the kids that he was going against, and it's almost like, well, damn, I get to be on their team. All of that can play a part in this recruiting process.
That's a Georgia team.
That's Atlanta, Georgia. Yeah, Welcome All is from Atlanta, Georgia, and that's Rod Mack Ravens team that won nationals twice.
Georgia. That's a Georgia team, and it's literally them boys got names on their jerseys.
Now check it. I do want to say this though. I didn't hear you say anything about Aaron Nolan's mom. So because of that, I know he ain't being recruited by Colorado.
Is his mom there? I don't know, but I can show you his dad. His dad was the one that went viral when he took the football team and he sent his football team through the other team banner before the game started.
So wait,
okay. Go ahead.
I just gotta say this again. Like we always had this conversation about how we treat football versus everybody else treat football. Them boys and literally got names on their jerseys, bro.
No,
I mean, maybe I'm behind the times. I ain't seen that down here. I don't know. Maybe they do that. I have not seen that down here.
They do it now, but we didn't do it then.
Remember, a lot of those little league teams out of state, they play in grade school. So it'd be like almost the same team, like, you know. So all we could do is just take our uniforms from grade school. Man. That's CJ
right there.
Man, I guess.
Yeah. So you know, UM is definitely gonna take 2 quarterbacks in this class. You got to take You got to take 2 of every position in this class. The only one you don't need to take is tight end, but you take one anyway. But Aaron Nola, I see somebody say look out for Auburn. Yeah, Auburn's a major player too. But like I say, man, I still like our chances a lot.
Bullet, where do you think Bullet end up at, X?
Bullet probably gonna end up as, they offered him. I don't think it's well, see Ice Harris. I mean, let me not say Ice because somebody corrected me the other day. Tim Harris Jr. is the running back coach now. He was actively recruiting Bullet, so I could almost say he's going to actively recruit Bullet here also.
But how do we feel about that?
I like Bullet. I like Bullet. I mean, you got to get 2 running backs anyway. So if he's one, you could go get you another top running back.
It's a lot of them in 24, man. A lot of them.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's another one. With the kid from Dillard, man, Chris Humphrey, he's gonna start blowing up like big time.
Yeah, he's gonna start blowing up.
Almost the same exact way that Chris Johnson blew up towards the end.
Right.
Gonna blow
then
up.
You got the two IMG running backs.
Yeah. I think one of them, from what I'm hearing, he's going to end up committing to Georgia. Then the other one was, I think they talk about Bama.
With Jared Gibson and the other one?
Yeah.
Why would one
All
of
right,
them
man.
go
Listen,
to
man. Let's get up out of here, dog. Appreciate y'all, man.
All right.
No doubt. Peace.
All right.
Yo. Listen, man. 786-459-499. Listen, the bronze membership is going away. Bronze membership going away. We're going to add another membership. It'll be $6 and $9. Bronze membership is going away. So don't say I ain't told you. I'm gonna give y'all about a week to get out of bronze because it's going away. So the bronze membership going away. I think it is going to be a silver and a platinum. You feel me? And I keep announcing that in the group me and everything. Yeah, I go check out these games. You can pull up Aaron Nolan. Aaron Nolan has a lot of videos on YouTube. Like I said, he's been good for a long time. Under the radar, I did a few things on him. There's a lot of stuff out there on Aaron Nolan. Man, if you want to get down with IOD Squad, 786-459-499, just text us, man. If you want to get in, we got one more trading day left, which is tomorrow. Layla, Sydney Street, Daddy Loves You. Don't put off tomorrow. Something you could do today. The rest of your life could be seconds away. I'm D and I'm out of here, bro.